All right, so you're prepping for an aircraft assembly inspector interview.
Well, we've got a ton of resources from RoleCatcher to help you just crush it.
Yeah, think of this deep dive as your, personal pre-flight check.
Making sure you're ready for takeoff.
Before we, get into the weeds of the questions, though,
Yeah.
let's zoom out a little and just get a feel for the job itself.
So an aircraft assembly inspector,
What do they actually do?
they are responsible for inspecting and monitoring aircraft assemblies using all sorts of measuring and testing equipment,
Oh, wow.
making sure that everything is built to those, really precise engineering specs and meets those super high safety standards.
So they're kind of like the guardians of quality and safety for the entire aviation world.
Precisely.
Okay, so picture this. You're in the interview, and they ask,
Mm-hmm.
what experience do you have in aircraft assembly?
This is your moment to really shine.
Oh, yeah?
You don't want to just list off job titles.
Right.
You really want to bring those experiences to life.
So, tell a story.
Yes, tell a story. Did you lead a team that assembled a critical component?
Okay.
Did you maybe uncover a hidden flaw that, saved the day?
Ooh, a hero.
Yeah. And even if you're transitioning from a related field,
Mm-hmm.
highlight those transferable skills.
Okay.
Did you manage complex projects or did you work with detailed technical drawings?
Okay.
Finding creative solutions to tricky problems?
I like it.
All of that is super relevant.
And you know what else can help you tailor that answer?
What's that?
RoleCatcher's AI.
Oh, yeah. Tell me more.
It can analyze those job descriptions and help you pinpoint those keywords and skills that those hiring managers are really looking for.
So it's like having a little secret weapon.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of specific skills.
Yeah.
Let's say the next question is, how do you ensure quality control during aircraft assembly?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, this is where you really get to showcase your meticulous attention to detail.
It's all about precision, right?
Absolutely.
So, what are some of the tools and techniques that you're really familiar with? Are you a pro with calipers and micrometers?
Oh.
Do you know all about non-destructive testing methods?
Uh-huh.
The interviewer wants to really see you mentally going through those quality checks.
And here's a pro tip from RoleCatcher's Career Guide.
All right, let's hear it.
Mention specific industry standards that you're familiar with,
Oh, good idea.
like FAA regulations
Okay.
or AS 9100 quality management systems.
Nice.
That really shows that you know your stuff.
Okay, let's talk about a question that I think can sometimes throw people off guard.
Okay, what is it?
How do you handle conflicts or disagreements with coworkers or supervisors?
Conflict.
It's going to happen.
It's inevitable in any workplace,
Right.
but it's all about how you handle it.
Yeah, grace under pressure.
Absolutely. The interviewer wants to see that you can navigate these situations professionally and find solutions.
So how do you do that?
Yeah.
Think about a specific example.
Okay.
Maybe there was a disagreement about how to install a certain part.
Mm-hmm.
How did you approach that situation? Did you listen to your coworker's perspective?
Okay.
Did you propose a compromise?
Did you involve a supervisor if needed?
Right, and it's not about placing blame.
Yeah.
It's about highlighting your communication skills and how you can work collaboratively toward a resolution.
And you can even practice your response.
Oh, tell me more.
Using RoleCatcher's AI,
Oh, cool.
it gives you feedback on your delivery, your content,
That's great.
and helps you just refine that answer and really nail it.
It's like having a personal coach in your pocket.
Exactly.
Okay, let's move on to a question that's all about staying current.
Okay, I like this.
How do you stay up to date with the latest industry regulations and best practices?
That's a great question.
Yeah, because the aviation industry is always evolving.
Always.
So it's important to stay ahead of the curve.
So how do you do that?
Yeah, what do you do?
Do you subscribe to industry publications,
Okay.
attend conferences,
Mm-hmm.
participate in online forums or professional organizations?
I like it.
All great ways to stay in the know.
And actually, RoleCatcher's Career Guide.
Yes.
It highlights some key resources that you could mention,
Like what?
like the FAA's website,
Oh, of course.
Aviation Week magazine,
Classic.
and the International Society of Air Safety Investigators.
All fantastic resources.
Okay, let's dive into a question that's all about safety.
Okay.
How do you ensure that all safety protocols are followed during aircraft assembly?
Safety is paramount in aviation.
Couldn't agree more.
So this is a question that deserves a really thoughtful response.
You want to show that you really know your stuff when it comes to safety.
Absolutely.
So think about those concrete actions that you take.
Yeah.
Do you conduct regular safety inspections?
Mm-hmm.
Do you clearly communicate those safety procedures to your team?
Do you enforce those policies consistently?
What about training new staff on those procedures?
Yeah, all really important things to consider.
They want to know that you're proactive
Absolutely.
and that safety is your top priority.
And here's another great tip from RoleCatcher's Career Guide.
All right, hit me in.
Mention the importance of creating a safety culture.
Yeah, I love that.
Where everyone on the team feels empowered to speak up if they see something that could be a potential hazard.
That's so important.
It really is.
Okay, ready for a curveball.
Hit me.
How do you handle a situation where a part just doesn't fit properly during assembly?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
So this question is all about your problem-solving skills under pressure.
Grace under pressure part 2.
Exactly. Don't panic.
Right.
Take a deep breath and walk them through your process.
I like it.
So first, explain how you diagnose the problem.
Okay.
Would you consult the assembly manual?
Okay.
Would you remeasure the part?
Mm-hmm.
Collaborate with your colleagues?
Yeah.
And once you've identified that issue, how would you find a solution?
Right.
And it's okay to show that you can think outside the box.
Ooh, I like that.
Maybe you've had to improvise a temporary fix to keep the assembly line moving while you're waiting for a replacement part.
They want to see that you're resourceful and that you don't give up easily.
That's right.
Okay, speaking of not giving up,
Yeah.
how do you ensure that all parts are properly installed and secured during assembly?
This goes back to that meticulous attention to detail we were talking about.
It all comes back to that.
Right. The interviewer wants to hear about your process for ensuring that everything is just right.
So what are some of those steps that you take to avoid errors?
Mm-hmm.
Do you double check your work?
Uh-huh.
Do you use torque wrenches to ensure proper tightening?
Okay.
Do you follow those established assembly protocols?
Yeah.
And how would you document your work?
Mm.
Would you keep detailed records of your inspections?
Okay.
Use checklists to ensure that every step is completed.
Those are all things that demonstrate your commitment to quality and safety.
Absolutely. And you
Yeah.
know what can help you really hit those key points?
What's that?
RoleCatcher's AI.
Oh, yeah.
It can analyze those job descriptions
Mm-hmm.
and pinpoint those crucial keywords and skills so you can make sure that you're really hitting all the right notes.
It's like having a little secret weapon
I like it.
to help you stand out from the crowd.
Right. Let's move on to a question that's all about deadlines and budgets.
Okay.
How do you ensure that aircraft assembly is completed on time and within budget?
This is where you really get to showcase those project management skills.
Oh, yeah. You're the project manager now.
The interviewer wants to see that you can plan effectively,
Hmm.
manage resources, and keep things moving smoothly.
So how do you do that?
Yeah.
Do you break down large tasks into smaller, more manageable steps?
Okay.
Do you keep a close eye on deadlines
Mm-hmm.
and anticipate potential roadblocks?
Mm-hmm.
How do you communicate with your team to make sure that everyone's on the same page?
Yeah, all essential skills.
And think about a time when you faced a challenging deadline or budget constraint.
Okay.
How did you overcome those obstacles?
Yeah.
What strategies did you use to stay on track?
That's a great way to illustrate your skills.
They're looking for someone who can not only follow instructions, but also anticipate challenges and come up with those creative solutions.
Exactly.
Okay, next up.
Mm-hmm.
How do you ensure that all staff members are properly trained and educated on aircraft assembly processes and safety protocols?
This question is all about your leadership skills
Oh, okay.
and your commitment to creating a culture of learning
I like that.
within your team.
So what's your approach to training?
Yeah.
Do you develop structured training programs,
Okay.
provide opportunities for ongoing learning and mentorship?
Do you conduct regular knowledge checks or assessments?
Okay.
The interviewer wants to see that you're invested in your team's development
Right.
and that you understand how important continuous improvement is.
And you know what can help you with that?
What's that?
RoleCatcher's Career Guide.
Oh, tell me more.
It provides insights into professional development resources specifically for aircraft assembly inspectors,
Oh, perfect.
including certification programs and industry-recognized training courses.
All great stuff to be aware of.
Okay, are you ready for our final question in this section?
Hit me.
How do you ensure that all parts and materials used in aircraft assembly meet those quality standards?
This is about quality control.
Yeah,
Right from the very beginning.
it all starts there.
It does. You're responsible for making sure that every component that goes into that aircraft is up to par.
So how do you vet those suppliers and vendors?
Mm-hmm.
Do you conduct audits?
Right.
Do you have a system for tracking certifications?
Mm-hmm.
How do you handle a situation where materials just don't meet those standards?
Yeah, you got to have a plan.
The interviewer wants to see that you're proactive
Right.
and that you've got a plan for every scenario.
Exactly.
Okay, wow, that was a lot of questions.
We covered a lot of ground.
We did, but we're just getting started.
Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll dive into even more challenging interview questions.
And explore that exciting career path that awaits you as an aircraft assembly inspector.
It's going to be good.
It is.
Okay, so let's talk about a question that can sometimes be a little tricky. What are your salary expectations?
Oh, yeah. Money talk.
It can be awkward, but remember, it's a two-way street.
Right. They want to know what you're worth.
Exactly. And you deserve to be compensated fairly.
Absolutely.
So it's about finding that sweet spot where both sides feel good.
And don't forget,
Yes.
RoleCatcher's Career Guide has some great salary insights.
Oh, tell me more.
It's based on experience level and location.
So you can walk into that conversation with confidence.
Yeah, knowing those industry benchmarks can really help.
It's like having a secret weapon.
Okay, so you've nailed those technical questions.
Uh-huh.
You've discussed salary.
And then they hit you with,
Hit me. Why are you interested in this specific role at our company?
oh, that's a good one.
This is where your research really pays off.
Okay.
It's not just about wanting a job.
Right.
It's about showing a genuine connection with this particular opportunity.
Okay.
So what resonates with you about their mission, their values, or their company culture?
So you really got to do your homework.
And you know what can help with that?
What's that?
RoleCatcher's employer database.
Oh, yeah.
It gives you all those insider insights into what makes a company tick.
It's a gold mine.
So for example, let's say you've been following their work on a new type of electric aircraft.
Oh, very cool.
You can totally mention that.
Absolutely.
Show them that you've done your homework.
Yeah, and you're not just sending out generic applications.
It's all about finding those points of alignment.
It is.
And as you're doing your research, think about those long-term career goals that we talked about earlier.
Right.
Does this company offer opportunities for growth in areas that you're really passionate about?
That's a great point.
Okay, so towards the end of the interview, you'll probably get the classic.
What's that?
Do you have any questions for us?
Oh, this is a good one.
This is your chance to flip the script
I love that.
and gather some valuable information.
It shows you're engaged
Yes.
and genuinely curious.
So instead of just saying no,
Right.
come prepared with a few thoughtful questions. Maybe you're curious about their approach to professional development,
Okay.
the team dynamics or specific projects that you'd be involved in.
Great questions.
It shows that you're thinking long-term.
Yeah.
And that you're eager to contribute.
It shows you're not just looking for a job.
Right.
They're looking for a place to grow and make a real impact.
It's a two-way street.
It is.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of those traditional interview questions,
Uh-huh.
but let's not forget about RoleCatcher's AI-powered tools.
Oh, yes. Those can be a game changer.
Imagine having a personalized coach
I like that.
that analyzes hundreds of job descriptions and extracts those crucial keywords and skills.
It's like having a secret decoder ring.
It is. It helps you tailor your application to each specific opportunity.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't stop there.
Tell me more.
RoleCatcher's AI can also be your personal feedback guru for those interview responses.
Oh, wow.
So you can practice your answers
Mm-hmm.
in a safe space, and the AI will give you insights on your delivery, your content, even your body language.
It's like having your own personal rehearsal stage.
It helps you identify areas for improvement and build that confidence to shine in that interview.
And remember, practice makes perfect.
It does.
The more you rehearse, the more comfortable and natural you'll sound.
Now, let's not get so caught up in the interview prep that we forget about the bigger picture.
Right.
Your career as an aircraft assembly inspector.
Yes. Let's talk about that.
RoleCatcher's Career Guide is not just about landing the job.
It's about mapping out your path for growth.
So let's say you're fascinated by the world of drone technology.
Okay.
You could explore those specialization opportunities in unmanned aerial vehicles.
Very cool.
Or maybe you're drawn to the world of composite materials.
Okay.
The guide can help you discover pathways to become a specialist in that area.
The possibilities are endless.
They are. It's like having a personalized roadmap for your career journey,
I love that.
pointing out those exciting destinations that you might not have even considered.
And speaking of destinations, let's not forget about those industry conferences and professional organizations.
Yeah, those are great.
Attending those events isn't just about staying up to date. It's about networking, building connections, and potentially uncovering hidden opportunities.
You never know who you might meet
You don't.
or what doors might open.
It's like stepping into a world of aviation enthusiasts and experts.
All passionate about the same things that you are.
Exactly.
It's a chance to learn from the best. share your own insights, and build relationships that could benefit your career for years to come.
And remember, RoleCatcher offers tools and resources to help you build your professional network effectively.
It's all about taking those proactive steps
It is.
to advance your career.
Okay, but for now,
Yes.
let's get back to those interview questions.
Okay.
We've got a few more to cover.
All right, hit me.
Tell me about a time you made a mistake.
Oh, boy. Nobody likes talking about their mistakes.
I know, right? But this is an opportunity to show self-awareness and growth.
So how do you approach this question?
We'll choose an example where you can highlight how you took responsibility, analyze what went wrong, and implemented changes to prevent it from happening again.
So it's about showing that you learned from it.
Exactly.
So, for example, maybe you miscalculated a measurement,
Okay.
and that led to a delay in the assembly process.
Mm-hmm.
Explain how you identified that error,
Uh-huh.
corrected it,
Yeah.
and then implemented a double-checking system to prevent similar mistakes.
Perfect.
Focus on the positive, your growth mindset,
Yes.
and your commitment to continuous improvement.
Everyone makes mistakes.
They do.
What matters is what you do afterward.
Okay, let's move on to a question that's all about teamwork.
Okay. Love this one.
Describe a situation where you had to work as part of a team to achieve a common goal.
This is a classic interview question, and for good reason.
Why is that?
Aircraft assembly is a highly collaborative process.
It takes a village.
It does. They want to see that you can work effectively with others.
So what kind of example should you choose?
Choose one that showcases your communication, your problem solving, and your conflict resolution skills.
Okay.
Maybe you were part of a team that had to troubleshoot a complex technical issue.
Right.
Or perhaps you had to collaborate with colleagues from different departments to streamline the assembly process.
I like it.
Highlight how you contributed to the team's success.
So, like, were you a good listener? Did you take initiative?
Exactly. And don't forget to mention the outcome.
What did you accomplish together?
Right. It's not about taking all the credit.
Right.
It's about showing how you work effectively within a team.
And you can actually practice telling your story
Oh, tell me more.
using RoleCatcher's AI.
Cool.
It can help you identify areas where you can strengthen your narrative and make it more impactful.
That's a great tip.
Okay, here's another question that often comes up.
Okay, what is it?
Tell me about a time you had to deal with a difficult customer or client.
Oh, this is a good one.
Now, this might not seem directly relevant to aircraft assembly, but it's really about assessing those interpersonal skills
Okay.
and your ability to handle challenging situations with grace and professionalism.
So how do you approach this one?
Think about a time when you had to deal with a demanding colleague, a frustrated supervisor, or a supplier who wasn't meeting deadlines.
Okay.
How do you navigate that situation?
Yeah.
Did you stay calm and composed? Were you able to de-escalate the situation and find a solution that satisfied everyone involved?
Those are great qualities to highlight.
They want to see that you can maintain a positive attitude
Yeah.
and build those strong relationships even when things get tough.
And remember, empathy is key.
That's so important.
Try to understand the other person's perspective, even if you don't agree with them.
Okay, let's talk about a question that's all about your ability to adapt and learn.
Okay, hit me.
Tell me about a time you had to learn a new skill or technology quickly.
The aviation industry is constantly evolving,
It is.
so it's crucial to show that you're a quick learner and that you're eager to embrace new challenges.
So maybe you had to master a new software program for tracking parts
No.
or familiarize yourself with a new type of rivet gun.
Okay, cool.
Explain how you approached that learning process.
So did you seek out resources?
Okay.
Take online courses?
Did you shadow a more experienced colleague?
All great ways to learn.
Highlight your initiative and your willingness to step outside of your comfort zone.
The interviewer wants to see that you're not afraid of a challenge
Mm.
and that you're committed to continuous learning.
And here's a tip from RoleCatcher's Career Guide.
Yes.
Stay informed about emerging technologies in aircraft assembly, like 3D printing, robotics, and automation.
Oh, that's a good one.
Familiarizing yourself with those advancements shows that you're forward-thinking and adaptable.
Absolutely.
Okay, one more question before we wrap up this section.
Okay.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
The classic 5-year plan question.
It can feel a bit like a trap,
It can.
but don't overthink it. They're not expecting you to have this detailed 5-year plan,
Right.
but they do want to see that you're ambitious and that you've given some thought to your career trajectory.
So think about your long-term goals.
Okay.
Do you aspire to specialize in a particular type of aircraft?
Okay.
Do you want to move into a quality assurance or leadership role?
Maybe you're passionate about mentoring new inspectors,
Okay.
or contributing to the development of new assembly techniques.
All great things to consider.
The key is to show that you're motivated to grow within the company
Yeah,
and that you see this role as a stepping stone toward achieving those long-term goals.
absolutely.
All right, we've covered a lot of ground in this
Yeah,
section.
we have.
We've tackled some of those toughest interview questions and explored some strategies for crafting those compelling responses.
But remember,
Yes.
this is just the beginning.
Oh, there's more.
In part 3, we'll take a step back and reflect on the qualities that make a truly exceptional aircraft assembly inspector. We'll also explore the exciting future of this dynamic industry and discuss how RoleCatcher can support you throughout your career journey.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so we've spent a lot of time going over all those questions.
Yeah, we really dug deep into those.
And we even talked about how RoleCatcher can, give you that extra boost in your preparation.
But now I think it's time to take a step back
Okay, I like
and look at the bigger picture.
the big picture.
What does it actually take to excel as an aircraft assembly inspector?
Well, we've already talked about some of those key qualities,
We have.
that attention to detail.
Oh, yeah.
You can't overstate how important that is.
It's crucial.
You're dealing with these really complex machines where even the tiniest error can have, huge consequences.
It's not just about catching those errors, though, right?
Right.
It's
Yeah.
also about understanding why those errors happen in the first place.
Exactly. You need to really understand those engineering specifications, how each part interacts with the others, and what could go wrong if something's just a little off.
And then there's that commitment to safety.
Oh, yeah.
It's more than just checking things off a list.
It's a mindset.
It really is.
You're responsible for the safety of that aircraft
And everyone on it.
and everyone who flies in it. It's a huge responsibility, and it requires a deep understanding of those industry regulations and best practices.
And we can't forget about continuous learning.
Oh, absolutely.
The aviation industry is constantly changing.
Always evolving.
So you need to be a lifelong learner.
Yeah.
Someone who's always eager to stay up to date and adapt to those new challenges.
And let's not forget about teamwork.
Oh, yeah.
Building an aircraft is this massive collaborative effort.
So many people involved.
It really is. And being a great aircraft assembly inspector means being a great team player.
You need to be able to communicate effectively,
Mm-hmm.
work well with others, and really contribute to that positive and productive environment.
Exactly.
So as you prepare for this interview, remember,
Yes.
you're not just showcasing your technical skills.
No.
You're also showing your passion for this industry
Your dedication to safety.
and that commitment to excellence.
You're showing them that you're not just looking for a job.
Right.
You're looking to be a part of something bigger,
Part of a team.
part of a legacy, and
Yeah.
that you're ready to take on the challenge of building a career in one of the most fascinating industries out there.
And remember, you got this.
You do.
You have the knowledge, the skills, and the resources to really ace that interview and launch an amazing career.
And if you ever need a little extra help, RoleCatcher is always there.
Always there to guide you.
So keep researching, keep learning, and keep that passion for aviation alive.
Who knows, maybe one day you'll be the one inspiring the next generation of inspectors.
Now that's something to think about.
That's all the time we have for today. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of aircraft assembly inspectors.
We'll see you next time.